head men's and women's track and field coach. How you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Start out talking about men's track and field this year. The season kicks off here this weekend. Last year, I guess, with the expectations of the program was maybe down a little bit from where you expected to be. What's it going to take this year to kind of rebound and come back up with a very strong season this year?
Yeah. We did pretty well on the recruiting trail over the summer, and last year I think we were able to fill in some areas that we haven't had before. We've got some short distance hurdles and some long distance hurlers, which I think is going to be a major impact in the conference. Those are areas that tend to be down in our conference, so we've got some people that can definitely fill in there, and just not being satisfied with where we were. Fourth is not what we wanted. We want a trophy, so we want to be second or first, and definitely using that as motivation.
Yeah, filling in gaps is always a key to finishing well at conference meets. And track being different than most sports, you got a lot of different, I guess, specific areas, whether it be jumps, you mentioned hurdles, sprints, distance. Everyone has their own specific area. Is there one area you feel particularly confident that you're deep in or that you feel really well about this year?
Our kind of mid-distance, our 2-4 is really rock solid. I'm sure we'll talk about Reggie and Justin later, but they are rock solid performers. They are seniors. They definitely want it this year. Of course, our distance group. I mean, you have to talk about our distance men. They're always a solid group, and we've got freshmen on that team as well that has definitely stepped up. And I really feel like this is the first year we've been really well-rounded as a team. We can fill in a lot of areas this year.
Yeah, you mentioned the mid-distance and the sprinters, Reggie Warren and Justin Newring, had great years last year. How are they looking so far, and what do you expect out of them here in their senior year?
They are looking really good. The practices so far have been going great. I can tell that they really worked over the summer. Reggie spent a lot of time working on technique for blocks, which is huge for the 100. And the 60 if we're talking about indoor, which is such a short event. You got to really have the technique for the block work. And Justin's looking really quick. He was able to do some therapy over the summer, and really excited to see what he's going to do in the 2 and the 4, and hopefully grab some school records.
Yeah, he had a couple good finishes at the conference meets as well. Going on the distance runners, Brent Swiney, he broke a lot of school records last year. Ran well in the outdoor season and indoor as well. What's that group like, and how much has he helped you as a coach, being the leader of that very talented distance runner?
Yeah. Brent has a great personality. I love just being around Brent. He can really motivate his teammates, so it's really important that he steps up in the 15 for outdoor, and then the mile and indoor. He's such a solid competitor. We can always count on him to compete really high and to compete really well. And the guys just kind of see what he's done and really get energy from that. And it actually travels all the way down to the sprinters. My guys, Reggie and Justin will talk about Brent, and they're really excited to see what he's going to do because he had such a breakout year last year. Really excited to see what he's going to do.
Anyone else you're looking at in those two groups to kind of have one of those breakout years like those three did last year?
Definitely Jordan Noe. He's always a fierce competitor. And of course, we've got Connor Hatfield in the distance. This is more for outdoor. He's the steeplechase. So I'm really excited to see what he can do in the steeplechase. I think he can qualify for nationals in that. So like I said, we've got some competitors in some areas that we haven't had before, and it's going to be really exciting to see what we can do.
Yeah, and then along with these two, I guess you could say track running groups, you have the throwers as well, who Jeremy Stamper had a great year last year, and that group also seems to be like it's pretty deep. You can go 4 or 5 deep there.
Absolutely. We've got Jeremy, of course, in the shot and the weight. Unfortunately, in indoor, there's only 2 throwing events, so it's kind of limited, but then we get an outdoor, there's 4, which is a lot better because we've got Tom, and Tom really enjoys the weight and the hammer. I really expect great things out of him. He's a senior, and I know he wants to do well and go out with a great senior year. And like Jonathan Dunn and Andy Lay, really excited to see what he's been doing. I've been watching their practices this year, and he seems to really come a long way in the shot put. So I'm really excited to see.
And it's good to see when you can see gains over the summer and see him come back and be in that top shape. Then going into the jumps, Eric Jones won a conference championship last year, was close to a school record, and then almost won another one in the outdoor season. Talk about him and that group in general.
Our jumps group, once again, is, we brought in 2 freshmen who I think are really going to help, especially in the long and the triple jump. Eric's definitely going to be the leader for them. He's the senior. I know he's got some really high goals set in mind. He wants to hit the provisional mark, and I think that he can do it. So he's just going to have to really dig deep and get those goals if he wants them. But I really think that he can do it.
And how can he help those two freshmen grow this year and learn?
Oh yeah, experience is so important. I kind of tell the athletes, everyone here is a high school all-star. So when you come in as freshmen, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, everyone's really good. The level is just really stepped up. So having him there to kind of calm them and tell them, no, remember the technique, remember the runway, be consistent, because he's been there and he's done it. He's really going to be able to help them.
Yeah, nice to have that calming influence too, someone that's been there.
And he's really funny. He's just one of those kind of jokester characters, so he kind of keeps it lively and just kind of, a good, chill, fun atmosphere to be around.
Yeah, that's always good too.
Yeah.
The season starts on Friday at Appalachian State here. Coming up quick. Friday, Saturday event, and then you don't have a meet for about a month and a half here until it'll be the middle of January. What are you trying to gain out of this first event, and I guess you could say get your feet wet as they compete for the first time?
Yeah, I want a really clean meet this weekend. I want us to get in. I really want us to have fun. We've been practicing since September, so they are itching to get out there and to compete and just kind of see where we are. We haven't touched any speed, so I'm not expecting anything super fast. Or even, for the jumping, anything really, really far. We just want good technique in the throwing and the jumping. We want to see clean races, no false starts, just something clean and have a good, nice starting for the Christmas workouts so they can be motivated to go into the Christmas workouts. And then we come back in January, and then that's when we're really going to start hitting it hard and hitting the speed. Yeah,
something to set that bar to reach for when you get back. They're at App State this weekend, Friday and Saturday if you want to make the short trip over there, and then I think it's ETSU on the 16th or something like that in January. Thanks for joining us today, and good luck this year.
Thank you.